BoE nudges charges up again but says prepared to behave forcefully. London. The Bank of England caught to its gradual will increase in hobby rates on Thursday, as different valuable banks took extra pressing action, however said it changed into prepared to act forcefully if needed to stamp out dangers posed by means of inflation it now sees topping 11%. A day after the U.S. Federal Reserve raised charges via the maximum seeing that 1994 with a 75 basis point hike, the BoE improved bank rate by way of any other 25 foundation points because it warned that Britain's economic system would cut back within the April-June area. The 9-strong Monetary Policy Committee voted 63 for the 25 basis point hike in bank rate to 1.25%, the same breakdown as in May with the minority voting for a 50 basis point boom. The British benchmark price is now at its maximum due to the fact January 2009, while it slashed borrowing costs as the worldwide monetary crisis raged. It became the 5th time the BoE has raised quotes when you consider that December while it have become the primary most important bank to tighten financial policy following the COVID-19 pandemic. But some critics say it is moving too slowly to prevent the upward push in inflation from turning into entrenched in pay offers and inflation expectancies, adverse the economic system over the long time. The scale, tempo and timing of any similarly will increase in bank rate will replicate the committee's assessment of the financial outlook and inflationary pressures, the BoE stated. The committee may be specially alert to symptoms of greater chronic inflationary pressures, and will if vital act forcefully in reaction. Sterling fell via greater than a cent towards the US dollar after the announcement before getting better some of its losses. British authorities' bond yields rose. Once again the BoE seems like the timid cat next to the Fed's roar towards inflation, stated Chris Beauchamp, leader marketplace analyst at IG Group, a buying and selling platform. Accompanying feedback about being prepared to act forcefully on inflation will do little while the real proof suggests the committee remains widely cautious. Committee members Catherine Mann, Jonathan Haskell and Michael Saunders favored a larger, 50 basis point increase, as they did in May. Economists polled with the aid of had forecast a 63 vote to elevate rates to 1.25%, but buyers extended their bets on a bigger flow in recent days, with sterling plunging against the U.S. greenback and after reviews that the Fed was thinking about its uncommon 75 basis point pass. The BoE mentioned that the marketplace route for British hobby quotes had risen materially because the May assembly, despite the fact that there were highly little news given that then. The BoE dropped its steerage from May while it stated maximum MPC participants believed a few degree of similarly tightening in economic policy may additionally still be appropriate within the coming months. Global struggle central banks round the arena are attempting to reveal they can include inflation. This is hitting degrees not seen in a long time, driven up by way of the reopening of the global financial system after the pandemic and then through Russia's invasion of Ukraine. As well the Fed's flow on Wednesday, ultimate week the European Central Bank said it might push up borrowing charges in July for the primary time seeing that 2011 and could achieve this once more in September, possibly with the aid of 50 foundation points. Earlier on Thursday, the Swiss National Bank raised its coverage hobby charge for the first time in 15 years by way of 0.5% factor in a marvel move, and Hungary's crucial bank suddenly raised its one-week deposit price. The BoE is raising rates although it has warned of a pointy slowdown in advance for Britain's financial system. British client charge inflation hit a 40-year high of 9% in April, greater than 4 times the BoE's 2% goal, and the primary financial institution on Thursday raised its forecast to expose it peaking slightly above 11% in October, while energy payments pass up once more. Britain's surge in inflation looks set to closing longer than in many different economies, partly because of the behind-schedule impact of its mechanism for domestic power tariffs but additionally due to the hit to alternate from the United States' departure from the European Union. A persistent loss of people to fill vacancies is demanding the BoE due to the fact it could result in a soar in wages and turn the inflation surge into a longer-lasting problem. A fall inside the fee of the pound in latest weeks, precipitated in large part via the upward thrust in interest charge expectations inside the United States and the euro sector, threatens to feature to the inflation pressure in Britain. The BoE stated sterling had been especially weak against the U.S.